Hey guys, I'm your host Lexis Jeanette, and I'm reporting to you all from the Complexity set. And this week, I had the opportunity and pleasure of speaking with a very special guest who called in all the way from New Orleans. Let's take a look. Hey Coy, thanks so much for joining us tonight. How are you?
I'm good, Lex. Thanks for having me. You look great.
Thanks, so do you.
Thank you.
So before we jump into our episode, I do just want to let everybody know what New Vanity is. So New Vanity is a creative brand that focuses on sexual health communication, and celebrating sexual positivity. So now that we have introduced New Vanity, I will say one thing that we do on Complexity with every guest that we have is play a quick game. Now, the games vary, but today we're going to play a nice, easy game.
Okay.
Similar to song association, I'm going to give you a word, and then once I give you that word, you'll tell me the first thing, like phrase or song that comes to your mind. So, are you ready?
Well, as the first person to be on Complexity, please just bear with me when it comes to games because I'm terrible at them, but I'm gonna do it. I'm ready.
Okay, good. I have faith in you. I think you'll do great.
Try me out. Let's
All
see.
right. Our first word is nude.
Welcome to Club New Vanity, the hottest spot since Studio 54. If you don't know that song, you need to be following New Vanity.
Period. Okay. So our next word is sex.
Sex with me, so amazing.
Good one. Our third word is light.
Light. Got a light skinned friend, look like Michael Jackson. Got a dark skinned friend, look like Michael Jackson.
Very good. Our next word is boots.
Boots. Somebody rocking, knocking the boots. Ah,
And that was perfect.
give me that good love. That should have been 5, right? I don't think I could do anymore.
We just got one more. Our last one is hot.
Hot. This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot.
Okay.
This is why. This is why I'm hot.
Nice. See, that wasn't that bad, was it?
You're right. You're right.
You did good.
Songs in my head.
So we're gonna jump right into it, and I'm just gonna ask you, how did New Vanity get started? Tell us a little bit more about it.
Good question. I guess I've never really been able to tell the full story before. So from 2015 to 2017, I was in graduate school in Louisiana where I was focusing on HBCU students and Black students' attitudes towards sexual health communication, condoms, the conversation about like STDs, HIV, and things like that. And I did focus groups and surveys trying to find out what were their attitudes towards, STDs and HIV. Were the attitudes negative? Were the attitudes negative towards having conversations about sexual health with their friends and with their partners? And what I found out was there is always conversations about sex. It could be who's fucking who. It could be what girl is a hoe. Who, what guy is gay. You know what I'm saying? Or it was always he say, she say. But students were not comfortable going to the school health center where they could get tested. You didn't hear a lot of conversation about who wore condoms when it came to sex. It was always just a lot of gossip, and it was kind of a negative conversation. Now, sex is something that many of us experience. It's something that we all explore. And from my experience, along with people that I associate with, sex came early enough to where we were talking about it before high school. There were people who were having sex before high school, and then most of us kind of lost our virginities and started exploring more when we were around 16, 17. Some people, experience more in college. But we never learned how to do certain things, like that women can buy condoms, or that there are places that have free condoms, you know what I'm saying? Or that how women can take care of their vaginal health when it comes to having sex at a very early age. It's a lot of girls who don't like to talk to their parents about it, and there's not enough information that we try to access ourselves. So, I created New Vanity for many reasons, but it's for people to understand that it's okay, because sex is almost inevitable for a lot of people, for most of us. And to create a safe space for people to get more information on vaginal health, on keeping their penis healthy, on living, having amazing sex lives, but doing it in a healthy way.
Absolutely. And I definitely get,
sorry.
That's fine. I absolutely get all of that from New Vanity. So that's awesome. What are some common myths that you hear about sexual health or sex in general?
There are always a lot. Besides you're dirty if you have chlamydia, or if you are diagnosed with HIV, that you're gonna die, because that's not always the case. But the few that I hear that are always really funny to me are when women say that they're getting on birth control so they don't have to wear condoms. They're protecting themselves from having a baby. And while that's halfway true, because condoms do protect you from getting pregnant, condoms also protect you from contracting STDs, protects you from contracting viruses like HIV. And I guess it's just a common myth, because when we are in relationships and we're ready to do the raw dogging thing, we always forget that while we want to protect ourselves from having kids, we need to make sure that we are protecting ourselves from these diseases and these viruses. And if you do decide to have unprotected sex, it's you really have to have that conversation. You really have to make sure that you know your health status, your partner's health status, meaning that you all got tested or even got tested together, or you have an open and honest conversation about where your health status is, and you can give someone the choice to accept what you are giving to them, because we all know that when we lay down with someone, we kind of become one.
Definitely. So when gathering resources to share on New Vanity, what resources have been most useful for you?
So when it comes to the health topics, the research that I did in school has always been helpful. The scholarly articles that I've, just searched through these different resource centers have been very helpful. But also the one that anyone can get from their local clinic or their local Plan B. There's one up the street from me. There are always pamphlets and brochures with updated information. The CDC updates information every few years to get statistics on STDs, HIV demographically, as far as men and women or different races or geographical areas. It's been really helpful because the insight is so useful for everybody, and it shows that these things don't have a name, they don't have a face on it, and everybody can contract it if they are not healthy. Oh, and then also the Sex and Pleasure book, because while I do talk about sexual health, I do talk about ways for people to find sexual pleasure within themselves. I talk about masturbating a lot. And here's the book, Good Vibrations, Guide to Great Sex for Everyone. One of my favorites. This is like my sex Bible. I can't say that I've read every page, but I do know for sure that there's a list of STDs and viruses in here. It talks about how you can contract them. how people, share them with others if you can't or cannot get rid of them. It talks about different side effects, if you do contract something like that, and where you can get help if you feel like you have something like that. Also, there are a lot of different profiles, different organizations who kind of talk about the same thing as I do. So you may have something like Unbound Babes, which is another page, and they talk about sexual pleasure in general. It's definitely geared towards women, but not solely. Of course, trans women and stuff like that. They talk about using sex toys, and I kind of share the information that they share with the world to share with my audience and give it to others.
Nice. So what has been a highlight or the best part of running Nude Vanity?
Wow. I feel like I've been running Nude Vanity like all my life now for some reason. But some of the best parts are getting to know my nude babes and getting to know some of the experience that they've had, or answering some of their burning questions, and then finding out that they've explored certain things that I've talked about. Like I said, Nude Vanity is very open. Nude Vanity is very honest. So it's been pretty nice understanding that there is a group of people out here like me, and there are people who are interested in this information. They just need to be somewhere, or need to know someone who is, going to hold their secrets, and they're not going to be judged for the things that they, are interested in or looking into, like their kinks, with Nude Vanity, I try to continuously explain that no one is going to judge you for, who you are or what you like. And I think that you should be confident within yourself.
Definitely. And I get that from it. I see a lot of the things that you share and how you engage with people. So you're doing a great job, of course.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So tell me a little bit more about Club Nude Vanity. I see the IGTV post for Club Nude Vanity. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Club Nude Vanity is the hottest spot since Studio 54. If you haven't heard it before, you need to follow Nude Vanity. So Club Nude Vanity is like an audio sex party. I do cover topics about sexual health, but I know that people always like to get to the nitty gritty. They want to get down to the down and dirty, and it's where I share my nude-based sexual experiences, and I'll talk about some of my sexual experiences with partners and with friends. One story in particular that I'm like totally in love with, and I feel like this is the last story I put out sometime in March, is about a nude babe who went to her first and like actually participated in her first play party. And play parties are like open social gatherings for like-minded people to like engage in sex or sexual activities, meaning like they don't necessarily have to be having sex. They're learning things about like BDSM and different kinks, which is really cool. However, this nude babe was on a boat, like a fucking yacht. Can you believe that? And it was just like, it like opened my mind to so many different things, because I'm sharing, different things that you can try in the bedroom, like different toys that you can try by yourself. But like sex altogether is about the experience. Like, you got to think about the setting. Not only are you in a place where there are other people engaging in different sexual activity, you hear the moans, you hear the passion in the air, but like you're on a fucking yacht. Like you can't beat that. So that was one of my favorite stories. And, like I'm always open to hearing other people's different sex stories, because I mean, we all need to share a story or two with a friend after you like got your back blown out. You know what I'm saying? Like I love it, and I love to hear it. So for any of your viewers, if you all follow me and then there's a story that you like to tell, I always keep the stories anonymous. I mean, unless you want me to say something for my like sex worker friends or for my like OnlyFans followers. If you want me to say who you are, to plug what you have going on, especially during these times, because I know everybody's trying to get that paper, prayer pussy paper. Feel free, just follow me, and my DMs are always open for to hear your cocktail stories.
Right. So what's next for New Vanity? What can the new babes expect?
So the new babes can expect to still see sexual health tips, healthy vagina tips, sex tips in general, learning more about the BDSM lifestyle, learning more about different kinks. But with the creative group, we are going to start partnering with different brands, different artists for some of their visual aspects, some of their visual assets, to promote music or to promote different products. We're not just staying here, but New Vanity is going to continue to have Club New Vanity open for stories, and then just more to come.
Nice. So do you have any tips that you want to share really quick that you want to just put out there?
So for the women, for the ladies, 2 things. There's nothing wrong with you having a nice condom in your purse. That doesn't make you a hoe. That makes you protective of yourself. It is not just the guy's job to provide the condom, although we would like them to, but sometimes we know that guys can be a little more irresponsible. So don't blame it on the guy if he doesn't have a condom, because if you want to fuck, you should be able to have a condom as well. Don't be afraid to pull it out. And also, women, if you aren't having sex with anybody, if there's nobody on your mind, if you're going through a whole self-learning journey or, a self-care journey, don't be afraid to masturbate. There is no way you can tell someone how to please you if you don't know how to please yourself and you don't know what you like. So while you're, getting your skin together, while you're going through your natural hair journey, while you're learning how to cook, whatever it is that you're doing on this downtime, learn yourself, fucking masturbate, make yourself come, and that's your sex life will be just bomb as fuck.
Great. So you can share that with your partners in the future.
Exactly, yes.
Perfect. And so in one word or phrase, how would you describe Nude Vanity?
Let's see. New Vanity is a lot of things, but overall, I would say New Vanity is confidence, or gives you confidence, because as women, for example, when we are confident in our health and we're confident in our work and we're confident in what we're doing, we are able to walk the earth confidently. We can go to bed confidently, ready for the next day. There's nothing that anyone, including partner, male or female, can do or say to bring us down when we know who we are and where we are in life. Confidence is one of the most healthiest things you can have in your life, because when your confidence is low, it's really difficult for you to make decisions for yourself. And when it comes to sex, you are making a bit of an adult decision on yourself. So just lead with confidence in everything that you do, and that's what New Vanity is all about.
Perfect. And so you have this around your neck. Are those beads? Is that a necklace? What is this?
I totally forgot this was on me because I started to feel like it was a part of my shirt because it was holding it up. But when I speak to confidence, actually, what I'm saying, and getting to know yourself, of course, what I'm saying is exploring what you like, exploring your pleasures so you can share that with your partner. You never know, your partner may be open to what it is that you want to do. So these are nipple clamps, right? We'll try to pinch it for you. So if you are into experiencing some sort of pain while experiencing pleasure, you want to kind of put your feelings towards something else, like if you like biting during sex, if you like pinching, or if you like deep scratches, choking, this may be a toy good for you. And if you are happy and like you are understanding of where you are in life and where you are when it comes to your sex life, you won't be afraid to tell someone what it is you want them to do to you in the bedroom. And if they're not down for it, it's kind of like, so be it. You can do this for yourself. These nipple clamps actually have 3 endpoints on it, so you can use it as some sort of leash. You can clamp it somewhere else down below as the 2 hang here or whatever. And I actually got these during the whole pandemic. There's a sex store here in New Orleans where I live called Dynamo that was doing deliveries, and they're also delivering Plan B, and they're also doing different deals on different toys, because I mean, we are in different times, and this is the best time to get to know yourself and get to know your partner. So if you're in New Orleans, look them up.
Perfect. Thanks so much for taking the time out to speak with me today, Coy. It really means a lot to have you on the show.
Thank you. I mean, I wouldn't miss it for the world. I really appreciate you for having me here, and I'm willing to do this anytime. If there is a topic, I'll just open this to your viewers. If there is a topic that anyone wants me to explore, to share more information about, I'm totally open. Just go ahead and follow me at Nude Vanity. That's NUDE Vanity, VANITY, on Instagram. I follow back.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
So here at Complexity, we like to end our episodes on a positive note. We like to do something called Complexity Chat. The Complexity Chat segment is something that can consist of one of 4 acts of kindness. The first being a helping hand, which is when we do something great in the community. The second is Word of the Week, which is when we share a positive word that resonated with us throughout the week, or that leads us into our next week, just to give you guys something to think about and talk about. The third being our Spotlight segment, and that's when we shine a light on someone who has done something great or positive or successful throughout their week. And the last is an advice segment, and that's when you guys can reach out with advice, questions, ask for support, and we'll do what we can to reach out to different people and get you the right resources to give you the right feedback. This week, we're going to end with the word of the week. The word that resonated with me throughout the week was self-awareness. Self-awareness is important because, honestly, when you have that self-awareness, you're able to navigate throughout your week better. You're able to know your triggers and just pay better attention to yourself and what you need in order to be as productive as possible. With love and light, I'm Lexis Jeanette. Thanks for tuning in.
I know I would like to get to know if I could be